This conference will now be recorded.
So your company name is MCC Fashion. To see the transactions recorded, we have to go to Daybook. Come to Daybook. So Daybook will contain all the vouchers you have recorded. So it will show, normally it will show date of last entry. Date of last entry being 1st May, it will show 1st May entries of 1st May. But you have transactions starting from 1st April. So go to Alt F2. Alt F2 is period. Period means from date to date. You give the range 1.4.
Excuse me, sir.
Enter. Yeah,
Sir, the screen is not shared.
sorry. Fine. So now you say 14215, or you can leave blank also. If you leave blank, the instruction, my instruction to Tally is starting from 1st April, you show me all the entries. I'm not mentioning the to date. Okay. So I'll say enter. So these are the entries you are having. So now what we are supposed to do, can anybody recollect? What was the transaction you're supposed to record now? We stopped at some stage last class, yesterday.
So the transaction was AZ Fashions return jeans because of
Yes,
damage.
yes. So we have to return that sale return. We have to record sale return. So as you know, by this time, sale return has to be recorded in credit note voucher. I explained to you why it is debit note and credit note. Purchase return, debit note. Fine. So now we will go to, we'll record this sale return transaction. I'll go to vouchers, enter. So you have to select, go to other vouchers and select credit note, alt plus F6. Please remember, you have to by heart the function keys. Alt F6 is for credit note. Select alt F6. Date F2. Let us check up. It is, what is the date?
1/5/23.
1/5. Same day it can, same day the person returned 1.5. When we delivered, he found defect and he immediately returned back to us. So party account name AZ Fashion, select that. This you always skip, not always. This is a practice exercise. We don't have detail. That's why we will skip. That's why we will skip. Just accept the screen. Control A. Accept the screen. This too you accept. Control A. Or you can say enter, no problem. Enter, you say. So you are supposed to create sale return account. Create sale return. Under sale account group, enter. That's all. Accept this. space bar. Which is the item the customer returned?
Jeans.
Jeans.
Jeans. Yeah. So where you have to receive it back? You have to receive it back in MG Road because jeans is stored in MG Road godown. Quantity
5.
5 numbers. You need not give the rate because at what rate you sold, at same rate you will receive it back. Enter. That's all. Accept. No more item. End of list. Come out of this. The against reference. As I told you, I did not select. Tally will itself select against reference. So there is already one new reference, the pending bill. Against that pending bill, this amount has to go into get reduced. Okay. If you see at the background, okay, 7,500 is the amount is going to get reduced from what you are supposed to receive. Enter. So this is a pending bill. This is a bill. In fact, I told you we can also name. I told you, right? So you have to you have to go to configure and give the details. If you make it yes, it will become. You can give S01 like that. Okay. Since you're already midway, I don't want to abort this and go back and do it. No, no, nonetheless, we'll do in the subsequent chapters. Enter, enter. Yeah. Being stock item return by customer. Enter, enter. Page up. It will show you. You can always give a printout. You can always give the printout. You can take a printout. See here, Alt P to print. Enter. Current. Say enter. Since we are not connected to the printer as such, we can just see the display preview. Zoom. This is how the credit note look. Alt F1 detailed view to expand. Any doubt so far? The first entry was purchase return, payment. One set is over. Sale, sale return. Now, what is the next entry? What is the next probable entry? Student absent yesterday, Sayada Huda, Fatima Naureen. Varsha did not turn up even for single class. Tanya Jain absent. So communicate to your friend. Please get the benefit. You got my question or you want me to repeat the question? What is the next? What do you think is the next probable transaction or entry? There is a sequence happening.
Sale.
Sale is over. We recorded sale. See the if you're a little bit alert, there is a sequence.
Sir, is it the payment?
Good. Was that?
Chinmay, sir.
Chinmayi, you did not quite interpret.
Sir, it was
Thing?
me only.
Yeah. No, you did not quite interpret correctly. Answer is wrong.
Oh, okay. Is it like we're receiving the payment like from?
Yes. Yes. Okay, it is receipt transact. It's a receipt entry. See, I told you always, please remember once for all, in accounts, we maintain accounts with in our books. I told you, in the books of MCC fashions. What happens to our business is of paramount importance. What happens to other person, we are not bothered. We are writing in our books. So in our books, it is receipt. Let us do that. Let us do that. Please write 1 6, transaction number 6. Sixth transaction. 1 6 23. Company received the full amount due from AZ Fashions by check. So we have to record what is the journal entry.
SBI account debit to AZ Fashions.
Yes. Axis Bank, no problem. I've taken it as Axis Bank, no problem. Bank account debit to AZ Fashion. So money is coming, debit the receiver. Bank is a personal account. Debit the receiver. Money is coming to business. You debit that. Who is the giver? AZ Fashions. Correct. Let us do that. Before that, I told you how to see the ledger balances. I'll just recap it to you. Display more report, account book, ledger. Go to which is the ledger of interest, AZ Fashions. You see, 1 lakh 6,000. Debit balance we have to receive. In the earlier case, when it was brand factory, it was credit balance, liability. Here it is, we are sold, we have to receive the money. Let us do that. F6, receipt. Change the date. 1 6, 30 days hence. We are given 30 days credit period to the customer. We are receiving after 30 days. All of you, please observe my screen. It is showing in single entry system of accounting. But in companies, we use double entry system of accounting. What you do is change mode. If for when you're practicing, if it comes like this, you can still do it. Account is what you have to give the bank, Axis Bank. Particulars is what? Yes, that fashion. But it is more presentable if it is debit and credit. So how will you get that? Go to change mode. Say double entry. So we are getting into double entry system of accounting. Enter. So it is showing to and buy. We are more familiar with debit and credit. To is credit, buy is debit, but I would like it to display debit and credit. So for to do that, I have to go to configure. So there is something called configuration. All of you, all the steps you observe keenly, you will encounter these things. So you should be in a position to incorporate all these things. So if it is showing to and buy, go to configure, say use credit debit. You want it to use as credit debit, you say yes. Control A. After doing any change in the setting, you have to say and come out. Control A. Now it has come to double entry system on how we want it. Credit is what? Credit is yes that fashions. Select at any point in time. I told you ledger will show the current balance. That is a characteristic feature of tally. You punch in the same amount, 1,06,000. Enter. Against reference. So the software itself will select. Enter. It will show the pending bill. Select that. I told you, you can also make part payment. If you are making part payment, the balance will still continue to be your balance. It will still continue to show balance. If you are settling it in, if it is full settlement, the balance will become zero. It has become zero, you observe. So I've taken the bank I had to create. Let me create. No, I transfer to new company. Okay, create. I create Axis Bank. I'm already there. Fine. Axis Bank. That's all. That's all. So I told you if you are giving check, let it be check. If it is e-fund transfer, net banking, you press space bar, it will show the options. Okay, you can take e-fund transfer if it is net banking, or you can go ahead with check. Use the check number. What are the check you received? That number you have to give. Check number which you received from AZ Fashions. What was the bank? You have to create that. It will not be there. So you have to create one bank. Customers bank is this one. Being amount received in full settlement. Major should print out, go here, Alt P, current, preview. You can have a look. This is how the receipt voucher looks. All of you clear till this point?
sir.
Fine. See, now we'll go to the next chapter. Chapter 1 was MCC Private Limited. In that, we learned contra, payment, receipt, journal, the basic vouchers. We learned in chapter 1, we learned 4 voucher type. We recorded 5 transactions. In chapter 2, MCC fashions, we learned purchase, debit note, sale, credit note. In all, we recorded 6 transactions. Now, chapter number 3. Write down date 31 5 23. Transaction: company paid salary to the following employees by check. Next line: Mr. A 18,000, Mr. B 15,000, 15, Mr. C 25,000. Yes, Miss Abhinaya, Chinmay, Kruti, Siddhi. What is this? No. It is there in a chat box. For what it was? Oh, for what it was? No. For
Sir,
sharing
it
the
was.
screen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. I'll be seeing chat box. Nonetheless, you unmute and talk. So Mr. A 18,000, Mr. B 15,000, Mr. C 25,000, Miss P 35,000, Miss Q 45, 45,000. Last one, Miss R 10,000. That's all. A transaction has happened in the business. You are the accountant. You got to record this. So how to go about?
Write the journal in.
Yeah, write the journal entry. What do you think is a journal entry? All of you should take part.
Salary account debit to bank.
Okay. All of you agree with your friend's answer? I will tell you. I did not confirm that what Chinmay said is correct. Let us say, listen carefully. I'll go with Chinmay's answer to start with. Salary account debit, whatever it is, 1 lakh 50, 1 lakh 45, doesn't matter, to bank, Axis Bank. Narration, being salary for the month May 2023. Accountant has a salary slip, as a salary report rather, that he will know every month. He will, apart from calculating the salary, he will put one, he will prepare one sheet wherein all the month's salary, who all got how much, he will put it in a Excel sheet and take the printout, and he will file it manually also. That's what accountant normally does. So he has all the breakups. Mr. A, how much he got. Mr. B, how much he got. He took that printout and put it in the folder, salary file. Now this Miss P, Miss Q, Miss R, female employees, lady employees. Miss R, what is salary of Miss R?
10,000.
Miss R salary is 10,000. She is not happy. She went to director's room, told the director my salary is 10,000. He did not tell 10,000. She told the director my salary is less. I am resigning. Director observed that she is really upset. He offered her a glass of water, was sitting in front of her. So he offered her a glass of water. In the meantime, he has opened his laptop. In the meantime, director is very much his laptop is very much open. He saw the entry, salary account debit 1,45,000 to Axis Bank, being salary for the month May 23. He can't figure out, or he can't know what is the salary of Miss R. The journal entry, the transaction recorded in Tally says salary account debit to Axis Bank. That's it. So there is a fallacy, there is some deficiency in the voucher. It is not revealing the detail. So what will you do? Director should know the salary of, rather the entry is not showing salary of Miss R. It seems the transaction recorded is incomplete since it is not revealing the breakups. If you are thinking, tell me. Otherwise, tell sir, we are not thinking, we are waiting for the answer. I'll give the answer. You want to reframe the journal entry. What do you want to do? Yes, Miss Chinmay, what is going on in your mind?
Sir, should it be the individual employee's account debit to bank? If that's the case,
Yeah,
then should it be like that?
okay, okay. Only Chinmay is, okay, I'm very, what is that? Only Chinmay is taking part, others they are just, okay. See, there are the answer given by your, the second answer given by your friend is, sir, you individually debit, Mr. A debit 15,000, Mr. B debit 18,000. You'll know how much, who got how much. That's what is Chinmay's answer. She logically thought the teacher said first one is not correct. This is the answer. Chinmay, listen carefully. If there are 30 employees, if there are 300 employees, what will you do?
Sir, can we like create a salary sheet or something and then just store it in Tally?
Yes, Miss Sanjana, nice to hear from you. Please take part regularly. Okay,
Yes.
okay. See, yeah. See, if there are 300 employees or 600 employees, we can't create 600 ledgers. Okay, accounting rule doesn't permit that. So there are two scenarios. First scenario, Chinmay said, salary account debit, that is correct. But it is not fulfilling our requirement. That fails. The first thing is not fails. There is some lacuna in that. There is some deficiency. Something is missing. What is that missing? It is not giving us individual breakups. So Chinmay reframed her question, reframed her answer, said, sir, I will individually debate. Things will be fine. It's not so. So the answer given by Chinmay, the very first answer is correct. And please remember, now we are going, what is that? Upwards. We are in chapter 3. So we'll start learning new concepts, right? That's why it is coming under chapter number 3. So in Tally, there is a concept called cost center. If I use that concept, if I use cost center concept, I can get individual breakup. The journal entry remains same. Salary account debit 1,45,000 or 1,50,000. The moment I give that amount, it will ask for the bifurcation, allocation, how much A got, how much B got. That I have to give and save. So whenever anybody opens the transaction, you'll come to know individually how much each employee got. Understood? So please write solution step number 1. Very much correct what your friend said. Salary account debit to Axis Bank, being salary for the month of May 23. Next line you write, use cost center concept to record. Now what is this cost center? I'll give the definition. I told you, whenever you want individual breakups, you use cost center concept. This is a definition for cost center. All of you make a note. So whenever you want individual breakup, like salary of employee in an organization, the expenses of various departments in a company, the sale done by various sale person in the company, ultimately you want the breakup. So to achieve that, you need to use the concept cost center. Continue to write the next paragraph also. That will give you more insight to the concept. The more theory you know, the concepts will become more clear to you. Examples 1, 2, 3. Example, 1, 2.
This conference will now be recorded.
So now, getting back to our thing, step number 1, solution step number 1, creation of ledger, writing journal entry. Step number 2, creation of masters. In that, create creation of master small a ledger. So create salary account. Group, it is the job of the accountant to link to the correct group. Run through the things and tell me.
Sir, is it direct expense?
It is not direct, it is indirect. So, like I told like this in one of the class, student asked me, why sir, what is the difference? Direct expenses or the expenses directly related, or they are incidental to your main activity of the business. Wages is given to employees who take out the output of the company, which contribute to their sale or turnover, the main activity of the business. They are paid wages, which is a direct expense. On the contrary, salary is given to indirect, the people working in admin department. Let us say an accountant sitting in third floor of the building, working as an accountant, is nowhere involved, is nowhere contributing directly to the turnover of the company, main activity of the business. So he is paid salary, that is indirect expense. Factory lighting is direct. Admin or office lighting is indirect. That is a difference. So we have to take indirect expense. So now we are done with the ledger. Next you write small b. Heading is creation of masters. First one was ledger, now cost centers. Creation of cost centers. I told you each employee is a cost center. We have to create 6 employees, 6 cost centers. Now, all of you carefully observe. Cost centers should come under accounting masters or inventory masters. That is a question. I will just tell you again. Don't forget, Tally is an accounting and inventory management software. Taxation comes under accounting. Then there is something called payroll management also. That is advanced tally. At this juncture, now cost center should come under accounting masters or inventory masters. If you apply little bit, you'll get the answer. At this stage, I can tell you, take a guess. Okay. Chinmay, Sanjana, would you like to tell
Accounting
pass?
master, sir.
Yes. Okay. Sanjana came up with the answer. Accounting master, which is correct. Okay. Anything related to cost is an accounting feature. Stock means I told you we are discussing. It is inventory related. So she's right. You have to go for accounting masters. As of now, it is not displaying cost center, but you see there is something. These are the basic things. You click on show more, some more features will be listed. Let us do that. Show more. Still, we did not get cost center. Your focus should be only on accounting master. Still, we did not get. Go for show inactive. Cost center is very much here. Click on this. You want to enable? Yes. So cost center feature is enabled and it is ready for creation. So as I told you, more than one master to be created. Any of this, okay, any of this, all these are masters. More than one master to be created, come to chart of account. In one single shot, you can create all of them. How to go? Chart of account is a feature you want to create. Cost center, keep the cursor on that. Multi master, you click on that. Multi create. All items. Say Mr. A. There is something called primary. I told you the base in Tally, the software parlance, there is something called base. That is primary. It is always will be under primary. Mr. B. Get all of them. Over. Go back. All the masters are ready. Step number 3, select correct voucher and record. So I'll come to transaction voucher. Tell me the voucher.
Payment.
Payment. Date you have to change. F2 31/5. See, at this juncture, all of you, I hope you have downloaded the software. The software which you downloaded is free of cost. It is education version. There are some limitations. If I give 30.5, it's not going to accept. You try. You download it, give 30.5, it will not take. 1.5, it will take. 2.5, it will take. 3.5, it will not take. Any other date between 3 and 30, it will not take. 30.5, it will not take. 31.5, it will take. If you download it, you have to check this. This happens to be in education version, not the licensed version. In education version, to start with in accounts, date is critical. Today is 4th August, a transaction happened today. I can't record it on 1st of August or 30th of June, nothing like that. The transaction has happened on 4th of August. I have to record on 4th on I have to record it on 4th of August. So what he has done in education version is he has locked the date function. So the dates allowed are 1, 2, 31. These are the only 3 dates available which you use to get a feel of the software. That's all. So education version or the version available free of cost is only to get a feel of the software. That's all. Before purchasing, you would like to have a feel. Okay, like in vehicles they say test drive, like that. You install the free version, see, explore. If you find it good, you go and purchase. Understood, all of you? This is an education version, so there is date constraint. Just have this in your mind. Now, date is 31/5. That's why I always ask you to download the software and explore all these things. Salary account. Now I want to calculate. You are in front of the computer. You should not open your mobile phone, or you should not go to apps and say calculator. There is one inbuilt calculator in Tally. Press Control plus N. All of you write Control plus N to open calculator.
Control plus.
N. N for New Delhi. So now you punch in all the amount. I'll do that. Observe 15,000 plus 18,000, 25, 35, 45. Then don't say is equal to, say enter. Don't say is equal to, say enter. 1,48,000 is the amount. Now the cursor is in calculator. You say control N to get back to the main screen, to get back to Tally screen. Control N, quit calculator. Control N to open calculator. Control N to close calculator. Now I'll punch in the amount 1,48,000. Enter. Now it is going to ask for the breakups. I have to allocate 1,48,000. Until I allocate this entire amount, the cursor is not going to come out. We'll observe that. Mr. A, 15,000. Space bar. Mr. B, 18,000. No, Mr. A is 18. Mr. B is 18,000. B is 15. Mr. C is 25,000. Miss P, 35. Miss Q, 45. You observe the balance will go to the last person because it has to allocate 1,48,000. If I give 9,000, it will ask for 1,000. Until I give 1,000, is not going to come out. So the full entire table has to be exhausted. The full amount has to be allocated. That's all. Say Axis Bank. Check or net banking. Say e-fund transfer. Account number. Say being salary for May. Page up, print out. Zoom. If it is not showing the salary, a setting has to be done. Okay, go to configure, show cost center details, say yes. All of you see here, show cost center details, you say yes. Control A. Now you say preview, you will get it. All of you got this? Simple.
So could you repeat the configure part again?
Yeah. See, there are, please listen carefully. There are two things in Tally at the macro level. F11. F11. Please write down. F11 is company features. This is company features. F11. You say here show more. There are many of them. See, show all features. There are many of them. This is an elaborate features screen. See, later when we are working on GST, you have to come and say yes here. If you're working on TDS, you come and say yes here. Okay, now cost center is enabled. That's why it is showing yes. So F11 is a comprehensive. It is called company features. F11. This F11, please write next sentence. F11 is company specific. That means any setting you make in F11, it is applicable to that particular company. That is F11. Please try. All of you should try. As and when I tell you, please explore it. Don't postpone. And here is F12. Configure. See here. This is particular. Okay. For example, currently you are in payment voucher. Okay. So the features relevant to this, it'll say, it'll show. Okay, the features relevant to this, configure more configuration, you say yes. See, there is no harm in exploring things. You have to do that. You have to explore things. So that is configuration. I gave, since it was not listing the cost centers, I gave yes. The moment I did that, in the printout, it showed the breakups. Let us take up one more illustration. Please write transaction number second. Chapter number 3, name is cost center. One more transaction, second transaction, please write. See, as I told you, I can give only 1, 2, and 31. I can't give fourth. Today's date I can't give. Okay, it's not going to accept. Since it is a education version, there is a date constraint. There is a date restriction. So take down 31/5/23. The expense of the following department of the company in cash are as follows. Number one, HR department, 90,000. Marketing, 3 lakh 50. Finance, 1 lakh 50. R&D, research and development, 12 lakh. Last one, say store, 40,000. I will repeat the transaction. 31, transaction number second, 31 5 23. Following are the expenses of the departments of the organization in cash. First one, HR department, 90,000. Marketing, 3 lakh 50. Finance, 1 lakh 50. R&D, 12 lakh. Store, 40,000. So to go about,
Journal entry.
yeah. Yes, Miss Sanjana, what do you think is a journal entry?
Expenses account data to cash, debit to cash account.
Correct. But you can't just write expense account. You have to prefix something. Let us say departmental expense, debit to cash. We'll do that. Your friend is right. Let us do that. So, journal entry, all of you please write down. Departmental expenses, debit to cash. So there are various departments in the organization. Each department, they have incurred some expense. At the last day of the month, they came to know that was the amount. Now we have to record. You have to record the transaction. So now, so step 2, small a, creation of ledger. Departmental expenses. Under indirect expense. That's all. Small b, creation of cost centers. More than one to be recorded, come to chart of account, which is a master. You place a cursor on that, say Alt H, multi masters. You start creating. Multi create all items, HR. Under primary, marketing, finance. Then you create research and development, cost, stores. These are the five departments. Each department is a cost center. Now, we have to record, as you know, expense has been incurred. It has to be recorded in payment voucher. We'll do that. Date 31/5. It is same. It is showing. See, the moment you press F2, it will prompt the next date. You say escape. It will take the previous date itself. Departmental expenses. Now there is another way to calculate and get the answer. Control N to open calculator. You input all the numbers and say enter, you get the answer. You have to write the answer back in the tally screen. The other thing is there's one more thing, shortcut, Alt C. All of you please write Alt plus C. It will open calculator, does the calculation and throw back the answer to the cursor. Where's the position of the cursor? Observe. I'll say Alt C. Please observe. Alt C. It will open the calculator and throw back the answer to the column. 90, 350, 150, 1 lakh, 40. Now, if I say enter, it will calculate and throw back the answer there. See here. Okay, so it is 18 lakh 30,000. Now you allocate S bar char 90,000. Then you have research and development 12 lakh. Balance will go to stores. Cash. So, so there is no cash balance. That is why it is showing in red. Okay. It will still allow you to proceed. It will show the warning message. You can still go ahead. Press any key. Enter. Being departmental expense for the month. Enter, enter, page up. All of you understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This is the one of the concept in Tally, cost center. Okay, there are two more illustrations. Okay, we'll take it in your next class is on Monday. Your class from Monday to Friday. So next class will be on Monday. There are some two more illustration to be discussed in this. Then there is something called cost category. We'll take up all those things on Monday. See all of you. Thank you. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank you,
you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. See all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, how do you delete any transaction in Tally?
Come again.
Sir, how do you delete any transaction which we have entered?
How do you
Delete, sir. Delete the transaction.
delete? Yeah. Yes. Sanjana, I'll show you now. Right now only. I'll show you right now. No,
Yes, sir.
not a big thing. Fine. See now we have these many transactions. Okay. Daybook. I want to delete, let us say, both of them. Not an issue. Okay. We can always record. We'll record Monday fast. Okay. Within under 2 minutes we can record. Say delete. It asks for confirmation. Say enter Gaya. That's all. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Alt D. Yeah. No problem. Please note down. Alt D to delete. To delete anything. Voucher, master, all those things. See now, for example, salary ledger I can't delete. It has been linked to a voucher. Now salary ledger I have linked in a voucher. I can't delete salary. Let us check up. Ideally, salary it is already been linked up in a voucher. The delete itself is not highlighted. You can't delete.
Oh,
Got
okay.
this?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Because it has been mapped in a voucher. It has been mapped in a transaction. You can't delete.
Okay, sir.
Fine, miss. We'll discuss some more things. Very nice to know you came up with a question. Please make a list of questions if you have. We'll start with clarification on Monday and go ahead with the class. See all of you.
Thank you, sir.